All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Goonet Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. Um, this is Late Night with Chig, where I'm going to talk to you about all sorts of Arsenal subjects that have popped up today. Although, having said that, I'm only really going to talk about a couple, and yes, I will get onto the Europa League stuff. I know who we've won. I have some thoughts on that too. I do have some last minute thoughts from yesterday's game as well. And, I did see what KDB put in his match assessment. Can any of us really disagree? so, I did quick thoughts on that. I didn't really have any issue with it. We knew that. Anyone with eyes can see that that's exactly what we do. We don't help out our defense. So, from a team perspective, it's pretty easy to play against us. That's essentially what you were saying. It was just like, I don't really know what the fuss is about. We know that when Arsenal attack, they don't help out their defense. That's exactly what he said. But anyway, I digress. Because that was the story I was going to go with. And then we saw this picture. Now, if you've seen my thumbnail, it's the extreme left of that thumbnail. We saw Asian Ivan come out, aka Vinay. And it seems as though he has some last minute talks with Mikel Arteta. Obviously, the speculation, I kind of felt for Arteta. I was looking at him yesterday and I just thought, you got all this to come. All of this is going to be yours. All of this crap is going to be yours. And you could just see that his face during the game was just like, how am I going to turn this around? Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I don't want him. I don't want him as Arsenal manager, but I feel sorry for him because this is a big, big job. And I think Arsenal fans they do this. And I've had some debates with people on Twitter. I've decided not to have arguments anymore with people on Twitter because Arsenal fans have this ability to do this. You ask an Arsenal fan something 1 week, and then if you tell that Arsenal fan it's happening, they will then convert their thoughts and try and explain to you why the thing that they thought was a bad thing last week is now the best thing probably for us. Because I got into so many debates with apparently so many secret Arteta fans today, all because I said, I'm going to do a video today listing some concerns, and that's that. Before I get onto Arteta, let me talk about my overall concern with this particular process. Now, you may have seen this, you may not have seen this, but Everton are also looking for a manager. Do you remember when your boy Chig came on here, maybe, what was it, beginning of last week? The week before? It must have been the week before, I think. I remember spitting bars like, you watch, I bet Everton sack their manager and rehire a new manager before we are even close to making an offer. What has happened today? Carlo Ancelotti, in principle, has agreed to become Everton manager. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. You have Napoli, who sacked Carlo Ancelotti within 24 hours. They had a replacement. They weren't messing around. They weren't trying to have some apprentice-style hire. They just appointed him. They got him in, no problem, no long thing. That's it. Even them lot down the road, they knew they wanted to sack Poch. No one really had an idea that Poch was actually that close to the exit door. You talk to even Spurs fans. Spurs fans generally, they were starting to turn. The tide was starting to turn on Poch, and some of them were starting to be like, Poch out. But no one thought he was that close to the exit door. Levy weren't messing around, bro. He was like, all right, cool. We're going to get rid of him. 24 hours later, because we know Arsenal are on Jose. 24 hours later, we got to get Jose in post. Arsenal, on the other hand, 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago, Unai Emery left the club, do you think we're even close to hiring someone? Until yesterday, it seems. Because yesterday, the story broke that Vinay was at was at Mikel Arteta's house in Manchester. Presumably, they left straight after the game, and then they were there negotiating at his home until 1 a.m., according to the I don't know, journalists that were presumably stalking them. They caught a picture, a snap of Vinay coming out of Arteta's house. They also caught a picture and a snap of our contract negotiator coming out of Mikel Arteta's house. So seemingly, this isn't an interview. This is imminent. Like, we are imminently about to witness Mikel Arteta taking over Arsenal Football Club. Now, you guys know this. For me, I don't want him. I don't really have anything against Arteta. I see lots of people crapping all over him. As much as I don't want him, I have no real issues with the guy. I've said it before and I say it again. For me, I thought he was a good player before he joined Arsenal Football Club. And then in the previous, I shouldn't say the previous manager now, in Arsene Wenger's wisdom, he decided to play him out of position towards the end of Arsene Wenger's career, as he would with every single player he came across. And shock horror, he's not a DM. I could have told you that before he joined the club. So I never really got the hate about Arteta because I always thought he was a good player. And let me tell you now, he's better than the dross that we have now. Don't tell me Arteta in his prime weren't better than Granit Xhaka. You're lying to yourself. You're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself. So I don't really have an issue really with Arteta as a person. The concept that I have an issue with is Arsenal Football Club it's not like, they're not like Man City. Man City fans are telling you how they're having a dreadful season. Man City are fourth and they're still in the Champions League. What wouldn't I give for Arsenal to have a season like that? That's Man City's dreadful season, right? So it's not like Arteta's just coming in, he's picking up Man City in fourth place, and they're trying to drive them up the table. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's not like we're Everton. You might say, what, Everton are lower than us, Chig? What are you talking about? Everton don't have the expectations we do. So Arteta could have swarmed in there as his first project. He knows the club. That's another club he knows. He knows the club. You can just do little bits and bobs that he needs to do. Strengthen their defense because their defense is terrible. Get rid of some of their overpaid players like Sigurdsson, I think, has fallen off a cliff. You could have sorted all of that out. And quite honestly, anything over 10th, they are ecstatic with him. Right? Arsenal Football Club has some serious issues. You don't give something like this to somebody that's never managed a club before. Just doesn't make no sense. And you're having people arguing, people like Arsene, who when he first came in, Arsene was a manager. What are you talking about? Oh, well, and then what was the other bar that I heard today? Oh, well, people were saying the same thing about Zidane and Pep when he first joined Barcelona. They're Real Madrid and Barcelona. They're not Arsenal Football Club that's free-falling. What are you talking about? It's not the same thing. It's not the same project. You would have to really be bad to dramatically screw that up, to drive Barcelona to 7th or something. You would have to be really bad. Come on. People stop bringing up stupid arguments because you want to justify a point. All right, I'm a reasonable cat, and for me, I've heard some people say today that there'd be Arteta out from day one. I've heard some people say they're not prepared to give him a chance. For me, I am open-minded. I just want my club to do well. And if this is the man that they chose, so be it. My disappointment is with the process. Why at Arsenal, things always different. Why is it that the club, they knew they wanted Arteta? They arrived at Arteta last year. Let's be real here. Try not to swear, but let's be real here. You wanted Arteta last year, so it didn't take a genius to work out you wanted them this year. So if that's who you wanted, stop messing around talking to people that you know you have no intention of hiring. And just go and hire him. Instead, you have our caretaker manager is basically pleading with you to make a decision. That's our caretaker manager. Just make a decision. At this point, I don't care if I get the job. Just make a decision. You have a club doctor acting like a coach because we simply don't have enough coaches to go around. So our club doctor has to make shift and fill in. Don't know if people noticed that. During the warm-up, that was our club doctor. You got Per Mertesacker, who hasn't got a clue about coaching at that level. He's literally having to do his job and 2 other jobs at the same time. This is Arsenal, for flip's sake. Acting like some pauper club. Acting like a club under administration. Having some next man doing 3 jobs at the same time. But you knew you wanted Arteta in the first place, so why are you messing around then? Oh, this club is so annoying. You know, you got people like KDB who just sat there like, oh, well, we know the way Arsenal will play. After all, their players don't help out their defence, so we know that we're going to find space, and that's what happened. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, and it's so frustrating if you're an Arsenal fan. And this is the thing. This is where the media, they know it as well. The media know it. How do you want us to react as Arsenal fans when you see some shit like this? How do you want us to react as Arsenal fans? Do you want us to be understanding? Do you want us to be like, oh, well, you know, the club should, the fans should show more understanding and patience? And what do you want us to say? This is just a shambolic situation. This is what we're supposed to be excited about, Josh. Huh? This is what we're supposed to be excited about. Oh. And then today I saw, and I was going to do a video, and then I got annoyed and decided not to, right? See, we're being drawn against Olympiacos. The way we're playing, trust me, we'll get knocked out against Olympiacos. Olympiacos are no chumps. I'm seeing people talking about, oh, yeah, you know, it wasn't too bad of a draw. Eh? The way we're playing, we'll get beaten. About ain't too bad of a draw. I saw it. I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping it would be some schmo of a team that I've not heard of before, but that wasn't too far. Because let's be real here, everybody was praying they didn't get a Russian team. Let's be real. Oh, Arsenal. But on the flip side, what do I think about Arteta coming in? So be it. The process was what vexed me. I don't want him. I have nothing against him. I just don't like the idea that a project as big as this is being handled by someone who, with all due respect to him, is a novice. Don't give me this, oh, well, he's an assistant manager for Pep. How many assistant managers to successful managers do you know that's gone on to be successful? Don't say Jose. Jose was not an assistant manager, nor did he start as a coach. Steve McLaren for Alex Ferguson, as far as I remember, he wasn't a number 2. And even then, was he successful? I mean, really? There ain't that many. Does that mean necessarily that it means that Arteta won't be? Of course it doesn't. But it's just, you look at this situation and just think to yourself, so hold on. Was Carlo Ancelotti that bad in your mind? And don't get me wrong, I didn't necessarily think he was the right pick. But him or Arteta, it's a no-brainer, fam. At this point, Nuno would have been a better choice than this. At least Nuno has managed before. Just want to experiment to prove you're right. And here's the thing. Maybe they are right. Maybe I look foolish. Maybe in 12 months' time, I'll do a watch back of this. I'll do some sort of watch back of this and me commentating on my reaction to this. Like, oh, Chig, you were so silly. Look at us. We're top of the league and we're playing scintillating football, and Arteta is Jesus Christ himself. Oh, you were damn wrong about that. Brilliant. I would love to do that. Does anyone here really think I'm going to do that? Do I really think I'm going to have the opportunity to do that? Because you just have these bunch of businessmen, let's be real, and Spanish Del Boy, as I called him 6 months ago, and you man all jumped on me. When I call you man, because there were no girls that jumped on me when I said that. It was all the guys in the chat room like, oh, what are you talking about, Chig? Like, he seems genuine and he seems this, he seems that. No, brother, he's Spanish Del Boy. Spanish Del Boy. But as for Arteta himself, listen, listen, I know I'm negative. I know I'm being negative right now. So let me try and flip the script. I have seen some encouraging signs. I see that when he speaks with Pep, he looks like he actually knows what he's talking about. How much you can really tell from a 2-second picture where Arteta's doing this to Pep, God knows. Emre used to be animated on the bench, so it doesn't really make too much difference, does it? Trying to look at positives here. He knows the club. Okay. I've heard people say, yeah, but he's not a legend. Actually, I actually prefer the fact that he's not a legend. Because one of the things that I remember Kenny Ken, big shout out to Kenny Ken, right? One of the excellent points that Kenny Ken made was the reason he didn't want an Arsenal legend is because you have this Arsene Wenger sort of bubble around that person because they're a legend, and that means you can't sack the legend when you need to sack the legend. You can't criticize the legend when you need to criticize the legend. So now that he's had 5 years here, he knows just enough where he'll get enough of a pass and a chance from the fans. But he'll also be under pressure to perform, as every manager who comes into that job should be. It's a big expectation. So I see that as a good thing. You wanted a young coach? I wanted a young coach, if you want me to be honest. He's pretty young. He's 39 years old. So he's a young coach. He's clearly ambitious. Everybody that seems to meet this cat in a coaching capacity talks about how amazing he is as a coach. I'm like, rotted. How good can this guy be? So I'm eager to see. I'm eager to find out what this guy is about in some ways. Let me pull up a quote here. I'm going to big up Sadia for this one because Sadia retweeted it and it happened to land on my timeline because Sadia retweeted it. So I started reading it and I thought to myself, okay, maybe I'm going to start to be more encouraged by what I see. Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. Let me get this up. You think I should have had this ready, right? Hold on. There you go, Sats. Okay, so this is from the Real Talk Man City, right? So this is what they came out with 2 hours ago. This is a thread. At the end of his Arsenal career at Arsene Wenger allowed Arteta to lead training sessions on numerous occasions after impressing with his eye and small details. Even the Arsenal players, staff members, club board were convinced that Arteta had a big future as a coach. According to reports, Arteta impressed Arsene Wenger, Arsenal players, staff members, and he was immediately considered as one of the favourites to lead a post-Arsenal post-Wenger Arsenal. Arsenal were keen to hold on to him once he announced his retirement. Mikel Arteta's reputation as a promising young coach, however, got the new City manager at the time, Pep Guardiola, interested in bringing him in as part of City's setup. Arteta knew that this was a fantastic opportunity to learn from one of the best managers. I have my opinion on that, but okay, let's go. At City, Mikel Arteta devoted much of his time to work closely with Raheem Sterling. Arteta has, by both Pep and Sterling himself, been given credits for Sterling's tremendous transformation in the last few years. Again, it's all due to his eye for detail. Pep, on Sterling's impact, commented that Mikel Arteta is working with many, many hours and days after training, specifically about the last action on the pitch. That control is in the last movement to make the right movement in the final 3 or 4 meters. Mikel Arteta's importance to Pep can be seen in the GIF below. And it's just showing Pep hugging up Mikel Arteta. Funny enough, during the Arsenal game, Arteta noticed that Arsenal players were dropping too fast and deep on crosses, and therefore he instructed Mendy to put a cutback crosses in the box in the space where Arsenal players had left opening, dropping deep. Bernardo Silva scored on this and won the match for City. As you can tell, the GIF, Pep and the rest of the staff credited Mikel Arteta. Oh, I remember that game. So it wasn't even yesterday's game. It was actually last season's game where City beat us 1-0, I think. So the Pochettino, ironically, one of Arteta's rivals for this job, says that Mikel Arteta has the capacity to be one of the greatest coaches in football. As for Wenger, for Arteta, does he have all the qualities to do the job? Yes. Pep has also said, I've said after a few months together, he would be a manager. He's already a manager, and he behaves like a manager. So it goes on and on and on for a bit. There's a lot of praise here. So clearly people are talking highly of this guy. I mean, people are talking real highly of him. And that lets me know that maybe there might be something there. Because how can all these people be wrong? How can all of them be wrong? You know? So I'm trying to be positive. And quite honestly, we're at a point in time where it's just counterintuitive for us to say that we want a manager. And if a club, rightly or wrongly, have decided on Mikel Arteta, to then just be against this guy from the very beginning would just be dumb. Do I want Mikel Arteta? No. Would he be my top 15 choices of coaches? No. But then one thing I will say is I've never seen this motherfucker coach. So I can only base it on what I see. And I see him being an assistant to someone else. That doesn't qualify you to be the coach of Arsenal Football Club. Well, because you're amazing. Well, because you've learned from Pep. Well, based on them comments, it sounds like you've been schooling Pep. So, I don't know what the points are. When people say, oh, well, he's learning from Pep. Well, based on Pep's comments, he's schooling him. One thing I did like in that little quote, I like his analysis of Arsenal defending, because we've been doing that for a long time. I actually think we've been doing that this season as well, where we've been dropping deep and leaving so much space between midfield and defense that any kind of cutback is going to hurt us. And I think you saw that when Kevin De Bruyne marched through our midfield like it was nothing. He has so much space and time to pick out his spot. We should have really been surprised. Never mind the fact that he's the best midfielder in the world. Yes, bear in mind, as soon as he got past Guendouzi, who was there to close him down? Nobody. I don't know where Torreira was. I don't know where Chambers was. I don't know where Socrates was. But this guy had a good 2-3 seconds to pick out his spot and score. This is our problem. This is our basic problem. So if he can understand that, I have a little bit of hope. Just a little bit. But this would not be the way I go about it, man. I'm scared. I'll be real with you guys. Genuinely, I'm scared. I'm scared as an Arsenal fan. I don't want us to get relegated. I don't want us to get relegated. And people will laugh at that. We ain't that far from it. I don't want us to get relegated. And I think if you take a chance like this, you are gambling with our future on this man. Are you sure, Josh? Are you sure, Vinay? Are you sure, Spanish Raul? Sorry, Spanish Raul. Spanish Don Del Boy. Are you really sure this is the guy that you're going to put our future on? And like I say, I'm happy if in a year's time, if in 2 years' time, I'm doing a playback and I'm laughing, I'm thinking, blimey, bruh, you are over the top with this one. Why not give the guy a chance? I am happy if I'm doing that. Are you sure this is the one? This is the guy. I feel like I'm a character from Matrix. Are you sure this is the one? Because if it's the one, I'm happy. But Mikel Arteta, for me at least, and I can only speak for myself, guys, apologies. I can see donations flying in. I will catch that shortly. But I can only speak for myself here, Mikel. I wish you all the best, brother. I really do. If this is your time, I wish you all the best. You are going to need it. This is a big, big job. And I hope that board backs you. In fact, I hope you don't take it until they promise that they're going to back you. No matter what you want to do, that they back you. Because you're going to need every cent. Every single cent. Because I don't know how you're going to do it. Guys, there's well over 200 people watching. Thank you so much. Please do stick a like on this video. It always does help when you do that. Please hit that subscribe button as well. It helps when you do that too. And yeah, just give me your thoughts on this news about Mikel Arteta seemingly, imminently about to be appointed Arsenal manager. The feeling is that he should be appointed this week. But then who knows? Because with Arsenal, could change tomorrow. Who knows? But that is the message. That Mikel Arteta is the #1 choice. He is the preferred choice. In fact, I'll go as far as to say this. Actually, the only person that wanted someone different was Edu. Edu wanted Patrick Vieira. But it seems like outside of that, but then that would make sense, I guess, because Edu's perhaps the only board member that's not seen this miracle coaching from Mikel Arteta. So let's see what happens. That's all we could do. That is literally all we can do. You guys let me know what you think. Please leave it in the chat room. DJ Crane, I'm about to come to your donation now. Thank you so much for that donation as well, brother. Bear with me because I can't think it scrolled up. I think I missed it like a twat. 1 second. Did I miss it? I did miss it, didn't I? No, I didn't. What annoys me, Chig, is that all of the Kroenke coaches are young so all of the young Kroenke coaches are young in the sport, inexperienced, and have been Isitants for years. So funny enough, it might have been you actually, DJ Crane. I've been told that before, that all the coaches that they have are very, very young. Probably their best performing team at the moment is the Rams, although the Rams got smoked yesterday. That's my boys' NFL team. Big up, Kenzo. So yeah, I hope Arteta's that guy. I hope he's that guy. I hope we're all looking silly when Arteta starts to kill it. But I have my doubts. I have my doubts. I love it. I love it. Rams suck. Main question for me, Chig. Will Arteta take the staff from Guardiola? No chance. No chance. I think he will start to put forward his team. He might have ideas already who he wants to put forward. That will be a good question, actually. That is a pretty interesting question. Like, does Arteta have an idea of the sort of coaches he'd bring forward? Do you think he'd want to return Freddie somehow, some way? You think he'd want to retain Freddie? But no, it would be interesting to see the sort of ideas he does have. We as a club is too slow to move to get the right people in, and it shows on the field and upstairs. Shay, also, don't get it twisted. This is simply the cheaper option. Let's be real here. It's the cheaper option. 210 people, 78 likes. Guys, please drive that through 100 at least. If you drive it through 100, I will stop moaning. I will stop moaning if you drive it through 100. I think I saw the girl with a dodgy name. Hold on 1 second. No, I missed it. Okay. I'll give it a like. Thank you, Gudakurt. Appreciate it. I'm up to 87 now. I need 13 more. Chig, if Arteta got rid of Ozil, Luiz, Socrates, that's a start in January. Archie, I don't think we'll get rid of Ozil in January. It'll be a miracle. If you want me to be honest, if we get rid of Ozil in January. If we can, no. If we can, no. I'll tell you what, he'll win over at least the non-Ozil fans. Win over those guys real quick. Crap Teta ain't the guy, man. We don't know, I guess. We don't know it for sure. It's unlikely, but we don't know it for sure. Here we go. I see you. Sleet, slat, slit, slut. That name, girl, I tell you. 190% of you, 190% agreeing with you. Mikel is not my first, second, or even third choice, but if he gets the job, I'm supporting him. 100%. 100%. Trust a female to talk sense. 100%. For me, I think if he gets the job, we have to support him. It can't be Arteta out day one. I mean, my gosh. I think at this point we need to we need to back him, and we're not very good at backing people, but we need to back him. Yeah, don't want. I like to just make sure the girls are comfortable, brother. That's all. That is all. Why did I just get a notification for this now? Man, like, I don't know what's going on. YouTube, I don't know. YouTube, see? It happens. I've complained to you before. Fix this. Oh, are you not female? So funny enough, the only reason I say you're a girl is because Lee says you're a girl. so I'm just going from that. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how he found that out. But thank you for the donation and the clarification, apparently. No notification from me either. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't get YouTube like that. I don't know. Guna, do you think that Pepe is going to be better than Iwobi? 100%. I promise you. 100%. 100. I'm not even worried about that. Although you watch, Iwobi will turn into Lionel Messi on Sunday, or whenever it is we're playing Everton. Is Matt creating problems in the chat room? Matt, we just squad beef. Tell me you're not angry people again. Mr. Gomez is in the house. Zidane versus Ronaldo. Oh, you're asking me this again. Oh, yes, I did tell you to ask for this again. I'm going to go with Ronaldo. but it ain't by much. But I'm gonna go, and that's why he's been so nice to me. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, we must have found out something I didn't. So you might want to keep that going. Keep that going. Zidane for me. I don't hate you if you say Zidane. Trust me, I wouldn't hate on you. I just think Ronaldo, as arrogant as he can be, I don't think he gets the credit sometimes. Sometimes because of that arrogance. Jose was number 2 to Bobby Robson. Okay. To think, yeah, you guys are having to go back. No, are you talking about at Barcelona? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Just realised. I was thinking Jose went at Newcastle. I remember Bobby Robinson's at Barcelona. No, he wasn't. He came in as a physio stroke scout. No, there wasn't a physio. He was a scout. And then he went and became a coach, but he was never a number 2. He was never a number 2. Why don't we get Henri as manager? No, he was an interpreter. There you go. I knew it was something like that. And then he became a coach, but he was never a number 2. There you go. I knew it wasn't like a coach. It was something. I couldn't remember what it was though. Gary Lewin from manager. Big Sam is available. Well, speak to Lee. This is how you know Lee likes tried and tested, right? My man says he'd have Allardyce. That's when I decided to stop getting angry at the sort of managers Lee likes. I was just like, okay, I see where I'm going. You're not an experimental cat. I get it. Sam Allardyce, you know. Leeds was serious. Well, he'll have him. He'd have him. Eddie Howe is our level. I'd take Eddie Howe, if you want me to be honest. I would. See, that is my version of excitement. And at least he has managed, albeit not at a high level. In an ideal world, would I take Eddie Howe? No. But if we're talking about him or Arteta, it's just like, oh, come on. All right, guys. I'm going to do a couple more minutes and then I'm out of here. Please do stick a like on this video. Chig, can I get a mod as Archie's been fucking? Archie, behave. 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 Both of you behave. It's so feisty in the chat. 99 likes. Guys, one more. One more. Can I get one more like? Can I get a like out here? I've moved cones. Can I manage? Well, technically I have, so why would Rafa manage? Who's my dream manager and signings? So my dream manager, simply put, would be Diego Simeone. Dream signings would be Koulibaly. Any decent DM, an actual DM. Sales, Xhaka out, Ozil out, Hector Bellerin out, Mustafi out, and get some right backs. Get a couple of right backs, and then we're good to go. For me, Ndidi, but you guys know I love Decore. I've been telling you about Decore for a long time. It's just that I would go with Ndidi because we need that. Decore is more of a box-to-box guy. So I guess if you get rid of Granit Xhaka, you could bring in a Decore as well. But I'm more concerned about Torreira's position. Watching him play yesterday, I was just like, oh no. We need a DM. Torreira looks like his head's already in Italy. Sell him. Just sell him. Chig, let's all apply for the job. We have the same managerial experience. Who knows? We might stand a chance with this board. You never know, brother. You never know. You never ever know. All right, 3 more minutes and I'm out of here, guys. 3 more minutes. Please do hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do another late night with Chig tomorrow, then a preview Wednesday, then a review Thursday with Lee, Friday another late night with Chig, a preview Saturday, and a review on Sunday. So that's what my schedule is looking like. 1 video per day this week. So that's what's going on. I still have faith in Torreira. Torreira swap for Koulibaly. Oh, Archie, you know what I like. We'll need to add some money on top of that, but you know what I like. Jonathan Tah, I'd have him. Good defender. Good defender. You must be like 24 now. 25? Must be starting to move on a little bit. Chig, where was the UFC recap? What a fight card. I will be doing that with Ola. Me and Ola just need to sync time-wise. But look out for that, Archie. Me and Ola will break that down. Plus, there's been a couple of things that have come out since. So me and Ola will talk about that shortly. Tar is 23. Oh, okay, it's 23, 24. I knew it was that kind of age. I'd have Nathan Aki. That's someone I rate quite highly. Rabba in the house. Demand that Arteta brings Laporte with him. Do you know what I mean? Bag him, tag him. Chig, what is going on with our board members? They are clueless. What on earth makes them think Arteta's a viable option of Arsenal size? Wiz, brother, I'm with you. Literally just finished a rant on it. Plans for Christmas, spend time with family, spend time with the other half. Alex Arnold, Connor Cody is underrated. Yeah. Good player. I've been less impressed with him this season, to be honest. I was more impressed with him last season. Chig, I've got a nature show on my channel. I'd appreciate a plug. All right. Well, me and Mr. Hales have had a very tumultuous relationship where I've muted him at one point, flat out blocked him at one point. One thing I will say for him, if he does have a YouTube channel, it won't be a boring one. So do go check that out. Go hit that subscribe button for Matt Hales. I would pin him, but I'm not using StreamYard today. So you can see him in the chat room. He's been arguing with Archie for most of the time. So go check him out. Go check out his YouTube channel. There you go. Oh, Mr. Cooper, you sweet talker, you. Chick looks peng. All right, guys. I am out of here. No OT tonight. Shout out VP. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Please do hit that like button on this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back again tomorrow. So, yeah. Check me out tomorrow, basically. Anyway, I'm out of here. Take care, people. Peace.